So welcome. We'll do a chill out class this evening. So make sure you've got a block and a belt. That way you've got everything that you might need. So we'll start in easy pose. Bring the backs of the hands to the legs. And I thought we'd do the breath work that involves curling the tongue, sticking it out, and drawing the breath in over the tongue. If you've got a tongue that doesn't curl, you can just show your teeth and you draw the breath in sort of through your teeth. So there's two ways of doing it. Okay. So come to a comfortable seated position, close the eyes, hands on the legs. And if we straighten the arms, straighten the spine, lengthen everything out. Ask ourselves how we feel at the beginning. Be aware of anything we need to take care of. Be aware of our breath, bringing that into the belly straight away. Drawing it down from our chest if we felt it there, straight into our belly. Get the diaphragm doing its work, opening the lungs. So on this breath work, we take the breath in over the tongue, then we close the mouth and we release out of the nose. So, curling your tongue, sticking it out of your mouth, taking the breath in, feeling the cool air going over the tongue. Closing the mouth and then letting the breath come out through the nose. Nice and long with the breath. That's your practice. Circling the tongue, poking it out, drawing the breath in. Feel the coolness over the tongue. Closing the mouth. And then the air out through the nose. If your tongue doesn't curl and that's just a thing, then just sieve the air through your teeth. And you'll still feel the coolness come in through the gaps in your teeth. Still operate the breath from the belly as you do the breath work. Sitali Mudra, this one. Completing the round that you're on, and then 2 more of those breaths to finish. Releasing the breath back into the body. Opening your eyes, and on the in-breath, bring the arms above the head. On your out-breath, over to the left, into a side stretch. Be careful. Make that your own shape. And then on your next out-breath, bring the top arm forward into a half circle. Bring it to the mat, the other side, and let the other arm follow it round, and then open up into that side. And now you're going to move with your breath. So the out breath, the arm comes down as you squeeze through the lungs. And the in breath as the arm comes around and comes up. Now you're going to make any shape you want. Move around, palm facing up or towards your mat. Stretching or staying close in, high or low. Tune into the stretch and see where you want to twist your body to, what shape you want it to make. And then after a few, you can use that forward movement to go a little bit deeper in, stretching as you come round. One more round. Lovely. And then we're going to end up with both hands on the floor, either side of our body. And just drop your face in towards the floor. Do you feel a little nip through your hips? And tuck the chin, stack the spine on an in-breath coming up. Going to come into a twist, and we're going to go into our neck as well. So bring the right hand onto the left knee. Take the spare hand, push the heel of the hand away and take it round behind you. Bring the hand so it lands on the floor close to your body, fingertips or the hand. Long spine. What we're going to do is going to take the shoulder deep around into the twist, but take the head in the opposite direction. So you'll feel a stretch through the side of the neck. A slight variation on our normal twist. Then from here, we bring the face and that shoulder together. So we're sort of rounding, caving in at the chest, and then seeing if we can stretch through the other side of the neck. We then come back to neutral. You turn back again. And then we come in. So the shoulder goes behind, we turn the head in the opposite direction. Feel the stretch through the neck. Face and that shoulder come together. It's like you're trying to make them as close as possible. And then release into a nice neutral position to let that soften. So we'll do 3 on each side. So shoulder goes behind, turn the head. Face to the shoulder, rounding in. And then release to neutral. And then switch the hands. So left hand, right knee, extend the other arm away. Push it away as it comes behind you. Keep taking that shoulder into the twist and turn the head in the opposite direction. Stay within that long spine. And on an out breath, face and the shoulder just draw together. And then into neutral. Off we go, take the shoulder round, take the head in the opposite direction. Round in, face to the shoulder. And neutral. Last one, take that shoulder behind, turn the head. Bring the face and the shoulder together, and squeeze. And back to neutral. Okay, bring the legs out. I'm just going to turn on my mat. Lean back, give them a shake out. And then we're going to bring the heels really close to your bottom. Give the knees a hug. Look up behind you. I'm going to do the foot slide. Check in and see how far back you can see. Mark that spot with your mind. Release the head. Just lean back with the hands and bring the feet out a little bit. And then we're going to slide the left foot forward, and as soon as the toes pop up off the floor, come up onto the heel and squeeze the toes. Really squeeze them together. Bring the foot to the floor, slide the foot back up, and then now just lift the toes. Just the toes come off the floor. And then we're going to slide again. So we're only going to do 3 of each, but you know, you can do a lot more than that at home when you watch the video back. So squeeze the toes, bring the foot back down to the floor, drag the foot back in and just lift the toes. Right, one more. Push the foot away. As soon as the toes pop up onto the heel, squeeze the toes. Foot back down, draw the foot back in. Just lift the toes. All right, let's switch to the other leg. Push the foot away. Toes pop up onto the heel, squeeze the toes. Sometimes you can really feel how stiff the toes are. Foot to the floor, drag it back in and just lift the toes. Once again, push the foot forward, onto the heel, squeeze the toes. Foot back to the floor and drag it back in. Just lift the toes. Excuse me. All right, last time, push the foot forward. When the toes pop up, onto the heel. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the toes. Foot back down. Draw it back in. Just lift the toes. Right, now you've kept the bottom in the same place. Bring the feet back in, hug the knees, and see if you can take the head back any further. I always find that really magical, that one. Okay, bring the legs out straight. Either with or without a block between the knees, we're going to come into our upright seated position. So if you've been with me a while, you can bring the block between your knees, tuck the toes in. Just bring the backs of the hands to the legs. So no use of the arms whatsoever. Roll the shoulders back and down so you feel as though you're really lengthening through the spine. Crown of the head's being pulled upwards. Feel as though the chest is slightly lifting and the back will straighten itself up. As though you're sort of nipping into the hips a bit deeper. So one step further is to push in against the block with your knees. If you want to go any deeper, you can lift your heels off the floor. We won't stay long, so it might generate quite a bit of heat. You feel as though the head is forward. If you sit at a computer a lot, you can tuck the chin in towards the neck. Not down, but just in. Keep the breath nice and long. The longer we're here, the more it wants to shorten itself off. Okay, just relax. Lean back and give the legs a move. Right, with your block, swing around onto your knees and sit on that block. We're going to work into the shoulders, but if you're sitting on a block, that just means you don't have to worry about the legs. Sometimes that's quite nice. So we'll come into the eagle arms. So on your in-breath, take the arms out to the side, big stretch through the chest. And on the out-breath, one elbow into the other. Wrap these forearms around to bring the palms together. If that's not a thing, then you can bring the backs of the hands together, or you can have the hands together like this. Doesn't matter wherever you get to, you're still giving your shoulders a good stretch. Right, we're going to push the elbows forward, and you'll feel a deeper stretch through the back of the shoulders. And then take the fingers towards the ceiling if there's that space available. If not, stay just with the elbows coming forward. And now breathe into the shoulder blades. Breathe into where you can really feel this stretching. Like you're trying to expand that part of your body by using the breath. Now bring the elbows in towards your chest, tuck the chin, and then take everything down towards the floor, really slowly. If you touch the floor with the arms, then just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And then still breathe into that same place. Or if the tight spot is shifted, shift your breath there. Really slowly and using your core strength, bring yourself back up. Have an out breath here. Your next in-breath, take the arms out wide again, and then come in for the other elbow. So any of the adaptations that you wish to make to get yourself in a comfortable position. So let the body just feel it for a second. Then take the elbows forward and the fingers towards the ceiling. Take your focus on your breath to where you felt that when we move the hands. Move the arms. Where can you feel it in your back? Use the breath and expand into it. So now bring the elbows into your body, tuck the chin, down we go, take it steady. See where you can get to this side. Just soften right in as far as you can go. Take your breath back into the stretch. Using your core on an in-breath, bring yourself back up. Out breath at the top. Then release the arms on an in-breath. Just stretch them out. Yes. And release. All right. Come off your block and bring your legs out in front. We're going to do a really lovely, safe forward bend. So we start off with the knees. I'll turn to my side and you can see me better. So the knees are bent and you wrap the arms around the legs. And then you slide the feet away from you and come into a forward bend. Slowly and gently. And the weight of the legs pulls the arms, which pulls the body down towards your legs. So you might be back here. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter because you're going to get a stretch. And just allow the legs to bring you into a forward bend. So the legs are relaxed, the whole of the body relaxes in. Softening through the shoulders and the face. And feel where the breath wants to be. Where does it naturally expand into? Nice, long, soft breath. And then start to bring yourself safely out, however you want. You can release the hands to the floor to push yourself up, walk the feet in, whatever feels a safe way to go. So you're going to have the knees bent still, and you're going to bring the hands behind you with the fingers pointing to the short edge of your mat. And we're going to bring the left leg into a pigeon. So it just comes over the right thigh. And then you're going to feel a relaxing of this left knee. If it doesn't feel enough of a pose for you, you can always bring the right foot in to make it a little bit deeper. And then you're going to walk the fingers to that short edge, lifting the chest, bring the shoulder blades together, and the little fingers come towards each other. Doesn't matter if they meet or not, they're just coming towards each other. So you want to feel there's an opening, there's a stretch, there's a lift through the chest. And there's a softening, there's this left leg in that just sort of passive pigeon, if you like. Quite a big stretch, this one. Keep that chest lifted up. And then sort of waddle your hands back in so that you can release that leg. So shift into the other side, right leg over the left. Walk the hands back. Might feel a bit nicer this side. On the arms, little fingers together, lift the chest. And soften into that right leg. Always adjusting that left leg if you don't feel enough of a pose. And a nice long soft breath again. Okay, let's waddle those hands back. And unravel that foot. Let's bring ourselves round onto all fours. And we're going to bring the right hand through the left arm and knee and bring the right temple to the floor. So we shoot this through on the floor. The temple comes to the floor. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can always be a bit higher up on a block or a cushion. Once you're there, you wiggle this bottom arm so you really feel a stretch through that bottom shoulder. Then from here, the other arm comes into a big arc and you bring it round. See if you can find that right thigh. or the back of the hand comes into the lower back. This top shoulder, you want to feel the shoulder blade try and tuck in towards the spine. And then you turn just gently and look towards the ceiling. And the bottom stays towards the ceiling. Bring the breath into the belly if that feels right. Let's slowly unravel this arm and use it to push ourselves up. And then squeeze my back or come to the other side. So the left arm will shoot through. Left temple on the floor. Wiggle that arm through. Then a big arc with your right arm. So if you can find your thigh. And then you can even push with the left hand this right shoulder. Tuck the shoulder blade in towards the spine. Look again towards the ceiling. Again, you can breathe into the tightness. Visualize that breath creating the space you need. And releasing that right hand to the floor to just pop you back. So from here, big toes together, widen through the knees, sit back on your heels. Lovely. Let's come into a side stretch. So fingertips will walk forward and then walk them round to your left. Keeping the knees where they are. And then when you're in your full stretch, palms and the arms and the forehead to the floor. Again, just use your block or a cushion or something similar, just so that you can relax into it. Relaxing the arms and the shoulders. Relaxing through the legs. Lifting the head up, coming up onto the fingertips. Popping the block the other side if you want it, and then walk yourself all the way back and around to the other side. Keeping the legs on the floor, using your block if you wish. Stretching the arms, everything towards the earth, just sink in. Let it all go. So again, lifting the head, walking those fingers back and bring them in towards your body. Bring the knees together. Okay, let's swing those legs around so we can come to sitting on our bottom, feet out in front. I'm going to come down onto our back, so bring The right hand under the arm, the left hand just above the elbow, hold on. We can control our descent down to the floor, tucking your chin, your belly button, and your pelvic floor, and just slowly bring yourself down. Release the arms to the floor and walk the feet in. We're going to do a little bit of core work with a bit of a twist in it. So you're going to bring the left palm behind the head, where the head and the neck meets, and you're going to turn your face to look at the left elbow. The right arm is just on the floor. You're going to arch into your back, so find a lot of space with your spine off the floor, and tuck your belly button into the floor. And then bring your right knee and your left elbow together. Try to look towards the left. And then come back down. Keep looking towards your left elbow and relax. We're going to do 3 on this side. So arch into your spine. Belly button to the floor. Left elbow, right knee together. Look to your left. Come back down and relax the muscles. Arch into your spine, belly button into the floor. Left elbow, right knee, come together, look to your left. And bring yourself back down. And relax. So head back to center, release that left hand and bring the right hand behind. Look towards the right elbow. Do the same on the other side. So arch your spine. Belly button into the floor. Right elbow, left knee, look towards your right. And release down. Keep looking towards your right, relax the body. Arch into your spine. Belly button to the floor. Left elbow, right knee. Come towards each other. And release. Relax the body. Last one, arch to the spine. Belly button to the floor. Right elbow, left knee, look to the right. And release. Relax the body. And bring the head back to center. So let's take the legs straight on the floor. We don't need the arms for this one, so just make sure they're comfortable. And as much as possible, we're going to drag the leg and not use the muscles, okay? It's not always easy to drag on a yoga mat, but we're going to drag the left heel towards the buttock. And we're going to take that left foot and slide it out towards the left arm. And then we're going to drop the left knee in towards the right leg and lift that left buttock off the floor. So you're trying to push the knee, that left knee, right into the floor. You should feel some kind of stretch in this left hip buttock area. The knee comes up. You drag the foot back towards your right leg, and then you just drag it straight out on the floor and completely relax the legs. Again, we'll do 3. So drag the heel in towards your bottom, drag it out towards the left hand, drop the knee to the center line of your mat, and lift that left buttock, if it comes off the floor, that is. Depends where you get to. Knee comes back up, drag the foot in, and drag the legs straight. Relax the legs. Last one this side. Drag the heel to the bottom. Drag the foot out to the left arm. Drop the knee into the floor. Knee back up. Foot back to the center line and straighten that leg out and relax. Right leg, heel to the bottom, just dragging it in. Drag it out towards the right arm, drop the knee in. Drop it in, push it into the floor as much as you can. Bring the leg up, drag the foot back in and straighten the leg out. Right, you do the last two in your own time so you can begin to remember it without me talking. And relax the legs when you're finished. Let's walk those feet in towards your bottom, hip width apart. Bring the arms down beside your body. And then we're going to lift your spine off the floor. So tuck the belly button into the floor and lift it up. Stay up. Interlace the fingers underneath your back. And then walk the elbows and the shoulders in. So rock from side to side until you feel they're really close to your spine. Little fingers towards the floor. And then lift the hips towards the ceiling. Feel the opening through the front of the body, maybe really into the chest. If you want to go deeper, you can come up onto the toes and lift that body higher. Push the front of the ankles forwards. If the stretch eases, you can always rock from side to side and take them up a little bit deeper. Push the fingers into the floor. And bring the feet back down, slowly releasing, walking the shoulders out so you've got some space. Release the hands so you can come all the way down. Super. Bring the knees in towards your upper body and straighten the legs. Heels stretching the back of the legs. If you find your legs are about here, you can cross your hands underneath your bottom, bring the legs up, and it will shoot them more towards your upper body. Otherwise, stay as you were. Now I want you to bend the knees, and with the first two fingers, your peace fingers, grab hold of the big toes. So take the fingers between the big toe and the next toe, and then hold on to the toes. And now I want you to feel as though you're being lifted up by a crane and everything is moving upwards. So the legs, the big toes are pushing away, stretching the arms till you've got the tiniest bit of your back on the floor and the back of your head. The knees can be bent, doesn't matter, you'll still get that stretch up. So release a little bit more of your back to the floor, and then take the legs out to either side, if that feels okay. Doesn't matter if the knees are bent, you're still going to get a stretch. Bent or straight knees matter not. As long as you can get hold of your toes. If you can't, you can use a couple of belts and hold on to them. In breath to bring those legs back. And release and bring the feet back down to the floor. Hip width apart, close to your body. Arms down beside your body. Just do 3 half bridges. So tuck the belly button into the floor. Lift the hips, the spine off the floor. Bring the arms over the head. And on your out breath, come all the way back. Just bringing your spine piece by piece back down to the floor. If you wish, when you can't next time, you can come onto the toes. Just takes you in a little bit deeper. One more. Let's straighten out those legs. And we'll come into our banana stretch. So we bring the arms above the head, hold on to the opposite elbows, and then we shimmy towards the right. So we use our head, our shoulders, our back to bring us round to the left. And then we walk the legs around little by little. So we make the shape of a banana. The back of the body needs to be on the floor, and the front of the body needs to be facing upwards. So if the right hip's cocked itself up, then bring your legs back a bit. And then take your breath into the stretch. Feel it expanding like a balloon on the in-breath and releasing the tightness on the out-breath. If you wish, you can cross the right ankle over the left. If you feel there's any more give in the body. Now, in your own way, gently bring your body back. So just shimmy it back. And then you're going to do this over to the right. So just bring the body round to the right. And then walk the legs around. Front of the body facing upwards, back of the body on your mat. Take your breath once more into the stretch. Again, with safety in mind, bring your body back. Just shimmy it back. And release the arms. Walk the feet back in. And then bring the knees into your upper body. Just give your knees a big hug, bringing the bottom off the floor. And then the feet come back down to the floor. And if you've got a block, bring underneath your tailbone so you can come into a nice big stretch. So just lifting up. And you can have the block whichever way around you wish. A little bit higher if you like. I'm going to keep it low. And then walk the legs out straight. And again, if it feels all right, bring the arms above the head. And just let the body relax into the block. Let the block do the work for you. Lovely class to just stretch the body out. Release all its tightness and restrictions. Let the last of the tightness go from the body. And bring the arms back from over the head. And walk the feet back in. And take the block out. And then make any other movement or stretch that you need to make before Shavasana. That's relaxation with your legs, nice and wide, the arms wide as well. Palms are facing up, and we close the eyes. Make sure you've got everything that you need. Maybe take a sip of drink. So closing the eyes. Be aware of the sensations in the body after all the movement, the stretching, the breathing, the letting go. Allow your mind to stay on your mat, be present. If it wanders off, bring it back. Feel the whole of your body spreading out across the floor. Feel the body sinking into a deep state of relaxation. Feel as though the body is just drifting away, and all you are aware of is the breath. You're aware of the breath just coming and going. You're just watching and feeling it, letting it find its own rhythm and speed. Visualize in your mind the color indigo and indigo blue surrounding your body. And imagine the color as a healing light. Feel the coolness of the color blue. The stillness. And now the peace that surrounds and enfolds you. You feel as if you're in a blue cocoon, in a cape of blue velvet, holding you, supporting you, allowing you to feel safe and secure. As you relax. It is safe to allow the earth to support you, to release and dissolve. Surrender to this moment. Now just let the breath come and go. Feel the rise and fall of the belly. Don't interfere with the sensation of the breathing, just witness its coming and going. The in and the outflow. The coming and going. And now bring your attention to the nostrils. And allow the breath to come into the nose. Hear and feel the sensation in the back of the throat. Maybe the sound you can hear is deep in the back of the throat. But it's steady and it's relaxed, like a baby snoring. Drift into the rhythm of the sound, however subtle. You're beginning to feel the sound resonate deep within. Allow the sound to become like a vibration. Let the breath sigh. Feel it spreading throughout the chest center. Into the abdomen. Down into the arms. And into the legs. Allow the body to feel open to the sound, to the vibration, as the breath breathes the body. Now, as you breathe deeper, feel the body go deeper into the sound. So you're aware of the sound and the vibration. Allow the sound to breathe the body. The breath is harmonizing the body. The breath is calming. The breath is balancing. The breath is healing. The breath is life. Feel now the pause between the inhalation and the exhalation. Be aware of that still point. Allow the whole body to breathe in harmony with the sound, your own vibration. Now be aware of your body once more on the floor. Feel that when you were focusing on the breath, there was a minimizing of sensations in the physical body. Now bring your focus back to the breath so you can begin to feel that you have a whole body. Bring movement into the hands and the feet. Movement into the rest of your body. Rolling onto your right side, hands under the pillow. Coming up to seated, bring the hands into the prayer position at the heart. Namaste.